Si wallet ko pagi jogging, jogging pagi manong tulog. Jogging yung tanong sa purse ko. Katakaw, pagi jogging.
Apa dito? Apa dito, sir? Nih, apa nya di naramin mo? Nya, sir. Ako regular, sige. I-hold yung pa lang, tatawagan tayo man di polis.
Ano si sir polis? Dapat ni si polis.
Sige. Oh.
As per our findings, as when population increases, there is also a greater chance for children to be involved in offensive behaviors. And based on our interviews with the first clients that we had, and even with the clients that we have right now, some of the reasons why children are become or run afoul with the law is they come from dysfunctional families.
Under Republic Act 9344, CICL or a child in conflict with the law refers to a child who is alleged as, accused of, adjudged as having committed an offense under Philippine laws. So if this child commits a crime under Philippine laws, whether he is only accused, he has already been judged, then he is considered a CICL.
In my first job as a social worker, applying the PD 603, wala pa yung 94.4, I work with children, we call them the juvenile delinquents noon, at the city jail. In the city jail, different ang mga selda nila. Yung mga, they're separated from the adults. So we visit the children, we talk with the parents, and our administrator is going to talk with the fiscal or the one handling the case. And if the child could be rehabilitated, could be put in the center, pinol out yung ng boss namin, and that's where, instead of staying in jail, he goes to school. He's fed in there, he has good sleep, but he has to report to the court.
The Republic Act 9344 is otherwise known as the Juvenile Justice and Welfare Act of 2006. It was actually passed and approved on April 28, 2006. And one of the salient features, as I've said, is that children 15 years old and below are exempt from criminal liability. Children shall be exempt from prosecution for the crime of vagrancy, prostitution, mendicancy, and sniffing of rugby.
I would say that for those people who have really petty crimes, should not be put in jail. Or generally, children should not be put in jail.
But there's a provision under the Republic Act 9344 wherein if the child exempt from criminal liability does not want, or the parents does not want to undergo the intervention programs as prescribed or as ordered by the social welfare officer, the local social welfare officer can file a petition in court for involuntary commitment, so that the child will be not necessarily put behind bars, but he or she, the child, will be placed in a child caring institution.
As mandated by the 94.4, as a social worker is always there as a caseworker. Ibig sabihin nun, I'm going to handle the case of the child. So as a caseworker, you coordinate with other people who could really help this child also.
The municipality of La Trinidad created as what we call the Local Council for the Protection of Children. The Local Council for the Protection of Children is ordered or mandated to guide or to make policies for the proper implementation of RA 9344. Okay, under the local council for the protection of children, we have actually five committees, and namely the executive committee, the survival committee, development committee, participation committee, and the protection committee, which is chaired by this office. In the barangays, they also have their own barangay council for the protection of children, which is the BCPC, and under that they also have their respective committees.
The good thing in this 94-4 is it's not only one person that is working. It's really getting the whole community, getting the whole family, and getting other expertise from other people, from other agencies, to bring their expertise for the best interest of the child. It's a good networking of all professionals or other agencies. Again, it's for the best interest of the child.
In recognition with support of stakeholders, we established what we call the multi-agency interdisciplinary team approach in La Trinidad. In the management of children, a child who is a CICL could first be under the custody of the barangay if the barangay was the one who apprehended the child, no? Or it could be the police. As a practice is to make the process shorter and more child-friendly. The moment a child is apprehended by the police or a barangay tanod, then the apprehending person will immediately call the social worker in charge of the program for CICL. In this way, we are cutting one step in the process. Because in the past, when there is a child, it's the police who will first interview, and then will be referred to the social worker.
Hello, good morning po, sir, ma'am. Ito'y La Trinidad Police Station, dahito'y ma'am, ni Espion Marcelino, dahito'y Women's and Children's Desk. Sir, ma'am, mabalin ba nga at makatungtong ko ni parents ni George Ramos?
But here, we would like to cut the process by putting these two offices together. In this way, there is a single interview. To make it better even is for the police and the social worker to immediately call the parent and the barangay to be part of the initial case conference. The output of this initial conference is to develop a plan on how to address the accountability of the child in repaying back the victim.
Jack ni Rose, social worker di MSWDO. So may siguro may mamutay pinagnagantay. Ma'am.
Syakot ni Kagawad Janet, tawing ijay lubas nga mang i-represent iti Barangay Council for the Protection of Children para dito nga conference.
Ni ma'am.
Amigos.
Ma'am, si kayo ba dyan complainant?
Siya iti ama da iti ubing, nagnagan iti George Ramos Senior.
So, ti gapon, apay nga, dito dito nga conference that dito panagtakaw ni Junior, iti first ni Ma'am Complainant.
Kasano ngay nga, hanga may marakatinagan mo ngay dito, kasi nga ako, anda katil-tiliwan nga is nuts dita market. Kat ikanda ka mati pagplitim, no may kag-eskwela. Mabiru kam to de jay kwarta no mataray maam ti eskwela mo. Kasi ti ibagbagak na iti ubing ko, mukpay no apay nga nakapanunod iti kastanon.
Jun adubat ti kwa, dapat ti babarkadam nga magsusurupin ka dito yung panag-snatch. Wino kapanunutan lang.
Dugi jay makit-kitak man may JTV kas jay mabuy-buya.
Ay, sir, kitaan niyo ba si Tiba po po yung anak yung tabaka magpuro sa rambo pag snatching. Baka isumat yung pakasusuruan na di ubing.
Kaaduan mo't gamin nga pabuya kat dayay mo't amot nga napintas nung umisan ti pabuya iso nga ada nga talaga ti mabuya dayay sini nga kasta. Nalaka ti panangkita dayay agtakaw iso nga ipadasdan di aktual.
Iti party Barangay Council for the Protection of Children. Tiamok katang kami siguro nga agkurang iti palaglagip mi iti responsibilities ti parents iti anak da kun uray dagitoy damot lang luubing dagitoy kakauti minors palaglagipan mi lang isuda aside from your seminars, trainings nga iti office you. Pwede kami dyan barangay level. May samot lang di dyan nga priority program ti barangay barangay. So, iti panag-prepare pa imot ati budget hanga ma-miss dagito idang programs for the minors. First time ni Junjun nga nagkastoy. That I hope nga han mo nga ulit nga agpaiso daytoy first and the last daytoy Junjun. Expectaran mi nga right day barangay han kanto nga kan conference nga kastoy gapu iti dijay nga arami. So promise.
Pay no kasta agaramid tayo iti care plan mo. Care plan tiket na nga sa una ito dagiti aktibidades nga aramidom. Siguro oray 6 months. Any comment?
Kaya ko man nga dumawat mo iti salamat kanay ako kumplinan, madam kumplinan kami mo iti dakang nga consideration dati ubing ko nga awan iti basta apan nakbayadan dita. Pagamin ka mo nagpabayat ka hangot nga di ubing ko ti agbayan mga nasyak na ama na. So nga yaman mo ati na ibag nga kapanunutan nga nang iti consideration may tanggap ti pinag-islas na dito ubing ko dita.
Sige, ikwat yung pagkaroon dito, pirmaan tayo. At no, santuak mo lang kwakas lang. Dito mo lang i-attach tayo kapag kita ng isuti. Dito yung siya nagsasawan tayo.
Dito yung natunan niya. Pero mami, sentro.
If the case is given to the barangay is going to write a letter to us, scheduled for a case conference. The people who are involved there is the CICL, his parents or guardian, the barangay chairman, the barangay council for protection of children chairman, BCPC members. They're all involved, and sometimes the complainant is there, especially if she or he is also from that barangay.
Agi ko akti may sa di na pan minala di SDC ta na tiliw da ije bagyo ti cellphone snatching tata na ipan di SDC tata nag-set kami ti case conference ditoy barangay. So in may mutlang di parents na ditoy barangay nagtutulag kami, nagaramid kami ijay care plan na nga attend kuma iti ALS or life skills ijay CFSPI.
No inalami amin ti details na dagiti nga ubing ipakaamo mo iti DSWD ng parentis nga ada iti counseling nga maaramid to tagamin daytoy ubing ket ada inaramid da nga kastoy. Kat no, in may dagiyay boat niya, in may ti DSWD, asam to dagiyay parentes, and then with the barangay council, especially di punong barangay, kat iso ti pagtutungtungan mi, nga, nung mabalin nga diyay damages, kat isubli iti parentes, kat diyay ti may suffers nga, ipakaamoy may kadagiyay parents nga, isubli da. No man na isubli di yay ket adamot iti kaslangay nga counterpart iti uubing dito'y barangay tapno amuon damot ang haan nga gaputa baybayadan iti parentes dayay nga kasla punishment da malagip da nga adagayam pay iti kasla activities da.
Now, having that initial meeting, their output would be an agreement on how the child will repay back or will show accountability to the crime committed. In that plan, it will reflect the other activities that the child must perform to number one, not only his or her accountability to the victim, to pay back the harm that is done on the victim, but also what we are trying to bring in the management process is the change of behavior of the child. No? Ito yung behavioral modification. That is why in the process, the plan of the child must cover 3 components. One is the healing. Another component in the plan is in the modifying the behavior of the child. It would be good if he or she will undergo services or activities that will promote or that will enhance better behavior. So yun ang tinatawag namin na life skills, no? They undergo life skills sessions, they undergo leadership seminars, no? They participate in activities that will really that will really improve their ability to relate with the community and with other children.
The first kat napang kami nag-swimming, tas then narabian kami kat ijay. Hang kami nga nagawid, hanak nga nagawid ti 1 week. Hanak nga nagawid ti 1 week kat binirok dak ni mama kat in pabirok dak matang ti polis tas in bomburadyo dak ijay kat ko natiliw dak ti may nga house and then napanak ti JCFS pas lang ag-attend kami every Saturday ti CFS tas apang kami klase JCFS PI refer da kami matlang ti DSWD ijay
yung tirik namin di na-refer ka ijay
kas lang kahit ko nga han nga klase ngay kasi kasla kahit ko nga han nga sumrak ijay nga dibin mayagkat kasla nga na-enjoy ko nga klase ijay para kinyak mat lang day ko arami din da.
Anya di ijay klase ini ijay
About no nya ti process nga pagbabago ta ko no nya day kasla nga for example, hangka nga makisusurot day babarkadam nga nakuha bad influence kasi
every ka ano da gito yung fulfill mo?
Klase kami kat every second week ti Saturday kasi
From that time on nga naglugi ka kang nga natata niya ti makita mga nabaliwan ti bagin
respeto ti maysa tas marunong kang magpakumbaba sa sarili mo tas kaya nga maki-cooperate, be friendly with them.
So for tata niya nga iti ko haan nga inulit ijay narami mo ili
Han nga gawgawid tapos ti ko lang agiskwela aktas agdiretso akbalay awanan ti agtamtambay.
Anya nga yung reaction ti parents mo hindi na-observe na din sa'yo?
Kasla nga kasla nga ginmagat da nga agpa eskwela itad damin nga kahit ko.
like core damat lang ba nga maki-attend din sa SPI? Anya nga ti nang mga comment da proseso nga na-experience din sa
Mayat kung kunamot ni mamak.
How about anya ti participation ti barangay? Ni data kagawad ngin magam dapat monitoring na kanaka?
Ada. Ag isursurat so na ijay ko ngay. Kasla nga pag-change me.
Kada kasi na-observe mo nga laramid ti ka-classmate mo kasi dapat ti kuna mo nga maibagbagam kanya na napadpadasa mo nga binagaan isuda kasi no ada nakikita mga sila dyan aramidin idi.
Wood. Ay bandak nga pa nagsigarilyo kat hanak nga sumusurot. Baka kinyada kat ba kwa stop yung kit diray ta kung nakinyada kas bagbak kasi kat itultuloy dalata. Agbaliw kayo kasi agbaliw kayo apanda pa siya shot ijay.
Ngam at least kat ma-resistam din tayo hanggang maisulot.
Hanak pa pan. Madikon nga subli jay dati.
CFSPI is grounded on certain philosophies. The vision of a healthy family is really just one of the indicators of a healthy country and a successful and productive country. And our share, even if we're just a small NGO, is to concentrate on the Cordillera region to make sure this happens. And based on the philosophy of CFS is that we believe kasi in Teilhard de Chardin's philosophy that all children, all humans have a potential to be reached. There is an omega point that we are moving towards, and that in order to be fully productive and to fully attain a fulfilling life for everyone, for every child, for every citizen of the country, we need to develop their full potential. And anything that stands in the way of full potential means we have to address that.
So yung task and function ko, aside from working with cases of the children, is we are doing the implementation of the care plan. Yung mga care plan, yung mga activities and yung mga kailangan nilang i-achieve. Aside from that, inaalagaan namin yung mga bata na to do their care plan. Andyan yung mga parents. So aside from the children, may close monitoring din kami with the parents. So yung monthly session namin, yung parent effectiveness session, so ako rin po yung nag-handle nun. At the same time, kasi napapag-usapan namin kung ano ba yung mga dapat. Kasi meron din sila issue as a parent. So doon nila nasasabi nila kulang kami sa parenting skills. Yun. So doon kami papasok, hanap ng mga activities or even actually the modules.
Masapul parent kan anak agtimpuyog datap no kitandamot dagitoy mang tultulong dagitoy mang tultulong at least nga kala interesado damat nga mang tulong ti ubing tayo tanno kasi nga day ubing lang tiap apan nga ikat kalangay nga piman nga awan ka interesado ti parent nga fair unfair.
Jay home visit da mam nga bibs piman may jay namin duwang in may jay balay mi ken tatanga pa nag-ieskwela in napan ijay school panapi man binisita ra gitoy ubing mi kat talaga nga naanos da piman nga reno adayo ray agtudtod ket adada piman nga po iti ayat da nga tapno da gitoy anak mi piman ket jay at least nga makita damot jay tultulungan da nga adada ijay eskwelahan.
I would say that the parents are really involved. It's not only the social worker that's still working for the child. You get in the barangay, you get in the parents, and be involved really in the monitoring and the implementation of the programs.
I do some monitoring to the 16 barangays of Trinidad, giving technical assistance in terms of their project, to join them or to talk with these barangay officials if we could continually partner in terms of several activities that would focus for the betterment of the community.
The different agencies and NGO partners that we have are doing everything they can in order for us to rehabilitate the child in accordance with the Republic Act 9344, with the end in view of reintegrating the CICL and children at risk into mainstream society and with our purpose also of strengthening the restorative justice system.
My role in the rehabilitation of children in conflict with the law is with regards to the enforcement and implementation of our municipal ordinances regarding the protection of the rights and welfare of the children. We prosecute cases which are filed against violators of municipal ordinances concerning the rights and welfare of children. And I'm also presently the committee chairman of the Protection Committee of the SCPC, which oversees the protection of the rights, welfare, and interests of the children of this municipality.
In this MITA process, the Office for Legal Services conducts lectures to our partner agencies as well as to children also who need special lectures on specific provisions of the law on children's rights and other ordinances.
There was a significant drop in the number of cases wherein minors or children were involved, especially since we passed ordinances to see to it that the occurrence of crimes wherein minors are involved are greatly reduced.
Adamot iti ordinance nga in proposed tinumutibyan with the other members of the council. But I am the main author. Kat ada iti in proposed ni nga ordinance creating the Juvenile Justice Council and institutionalizing intervention and diversion programs for the municipality of La Trinidad and appropriating funds therefore.
Under the proposed ordinance of Councilor Adeban, it will all the more strengthen the MITA because under that ordinance, the different roles of the respective agencies are clearer and the procedures that we will be following are more detailed, especially when it comes to the implementation or imposition of the proper intervention or diversion programs.
As long as we strictly implement our ordinances and we passed more ordinances protecting the interests and welfare of the children, the minors and children of the municipality would be looking towards a better environment, social, as well as educational maybe, wherein they could be assured of having a safe environment.
I am pleased to mention also that the Office of the Fire Marshal voluntarily committed a portion of their office as our temporary drop-in center.
While waiting for the permanent drop-in center here in La Trinidad, which is being proposed by the officers of the Local Council for the Protection of Children, we offered the La Trinidad Fire Station as a temporary drop-in for those children in conflict with the law or those children at risk. So our commitment is of course to ensure the protection and safety of these children. So we will act as their temporary house parents. We will guide them on how to cook their food, to wash their clothes, and we are also giving them diversion programs. For example, we will be teaching them on the disaster management, first aid, and we will be teaching them our function as a firefighter, so that they might be thinking on their own that they might want in the future to become as a member of the Bureau.
I hope to see the children in La Trinidad to be responsive to the program, because once they become open to the program, for sure there will be a lot of change from them, and it will be further good.
As a member also of the Bureau of Fire Protection, as being enumerated in our fireman's prayer, that if I will be allowed to state some part of our commitment as a fireman. Help me embrace a little child before it's too late, or save an older person from the horror of that fate. So we will continue to embrace a child. We will no longer wait for the occurrence of a fire on the life of the children.
Childhood is a time for a person. That is the individual time of a person to grow, to learn, to play, to experiment. And that is the most important part of a human's lifespan, because it is there within the first 1 years, actually, is where a child learns the skills, the attitudes, the values, the competencies that he needs to contribute. I see children as the next future, but they can also contribute now. It's able for them to. So, and society and the community have to give them the opportunities, have to provide those opportunities so that they can learn and grow and play and be children.
Definitely, the Republic Act is a piece of legislation that should be supported. First of all, we know that our children, as has been said over and over again, are our next leaders, and therefore we have to make sure that they grow up in a society that will prepare them for such eventuality. And we know also for a fact that we commit mistakes along the way. Even on our part as mature individuals, we do commit mistakes without any intention. And I think that should be the kind of understanding that society should have over children who commit mistakes along the way. And that is the purpose of that law.